include like, yeah, as she said, parades and competitions, in which like one of these competitions that we're having really soon is called law competition, which is on this Sunday, October 5th,
December 5th.
December 5th, my fault. Um, and it's at 10 a.m. at Balboa High School. Um,
We extend this invitation to you all because support is very appreciated. After all, JRTC is a student-led community club, and please come support us. It would mean a lot to us. And as again, fall competition is on December 5th at Balboa High School at 10 a.m. And that's about it for now. If we have, you know,
if anybody has any questions, we can answer them right now.
and this is Major Kent. That's all for our announcements regarding events and clubs for JRTC.
Anybody have questions? Any questions?
I have a question. Is there a way to share that information um, through a link or something that we can send to the alumni?
I don't believe there's a current post for it. However, JRTC has an Instagram account. I could just type in the app for that right now. Yeah.
If you can put it on the chat, I'll copy that from there. That'd be great. Thank you.
Hey, George.
Yes.
We could go on Facebook Balboa alumni and promote it there as well.
Correct. That's the idea.
Because I believe there's a lot of them in there that's posting about a lot of the stuff from that's events on Bell. So
Okay.
we could post it on there as well.
Got it. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
I forgot to introduce our alumni representative is Jorge. He's class of '89. Flora's not here, I believe. If she is, say hi. But he is part of the Balboa alumni board. Sorry, George, forgot to
Okay.
you
Just
were there.
Jorge Leva, class of '89. I'm a vice president of the Balboa Alumni Association on the board. So if anybody has any questions or anything about the Alumni Association, please reach out. And I also have a freshman at Balboa right now. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else got questions for ROTC in general? If not, we're moving on to the next announcement. Anybody else have an announcement for clubs that they would like to announce?
Yeah.
I can.
Oh,
Sorry.
oh my God. Okay.
Introduce yourself and what club, please.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Isabella, and I run the journalism club with Elias. And so we started the club last year, and we've been more active this year, I guess, since we're in person. So we've been releasing magazines every single month. And yeah, I don't know, Elias, do you want to speak?
Yeah, so as a club, we produce a monthly magazine that contains articles written by multiple students. Our club right now has up to, I think, 10 members who each write an article a month, and we produce a magazine that's available to all students monthly. Inside it, we contain art and short stories. There's been fiction and there's been nonfiction. There's been art. There's been poetry. There's been comics, and we've also kind of gone off and started doing covering sports throughout the journalism club. And so, yeah, in the past, we have received PTSA funding. That's been really helpful, and we just want to say that we appreciate that. And so yeah, I don't know. I think, Isabel, do you have anything else?
Okay, yeah, sure. But yeah, we hope to grow the club, and we are very appreciative of the money that we've gotten from PTSA, and we've been fundraising on our own too. So, yeah.
Okay. Any questions for the journalism club? That's a group. They've done outstanding job for what they've been doing lately. So if you guys are interested, get hold of Elias and Isabella. Any other clubs out there that would like to promote their club, and anybody else? One thing I would have to say is this: each each club or teachers, you do have a budget with us. Just request and we go over it and pretty much we approve it. But you do have a budget. Just ask for the budget that you're requesting for, and we follow it. We follow it through what you need. That being said, anybody else would like to step up to the mic and introduce themselves for what and what club? If not, then what's the next agenda?
I could present for student government. I don't know if student government is a club, but I can give a student government update if
Okay.
you
That would
guys
be great,
want.
Elias. Thank you.
Okay. Hi again. I'm Elias. I'm as well as Journalist Club. I'm also ASB president. And so essentially, an update for student government is that we initially planned to have our annual ice skating event at the end of the semester, but the one ice skating place that we've kind of gone with, the Yerba Buena Center, has still not reopened to regular hours, and that would not be possible for like with our schedule. They close at like 3, and they don't have private events still. So that will probably get pushed back to the spring if it happens at all. Right now, we're in the process of finding a venue for prom, and we hope to have like a ticket price kind of total cost idea around the beginning, but around January, so we can start selling tickets by around February. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Each class is hosting fundraisers. I know there's a movie night for seniors and juniors on Friday. But yeah, besides that, there's pretty much nothing else happening right now.
Elias, question. For the prom, do you have a place you're planning to host the prom, or are you going to do it in the city or outside the city?
We're in the process of searching for a venue. We're gonna get in contact by the end of the week. We're gonna contact all the venues, and then once we get a sense of how much each venue is costing and the location of the venue, we will probably whittle it down to a handful of venues that we will like tour and get a look at. But yeah, we're thinking in the city, preferably in the city.
Now, is this for senior prom or junior prom? What prom is this?
It's been traditionally a combined prom, so it'd be senior and junior.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
I mean that's at least how it's been my last 4 years.
Interesting. Anybody else want to ask questions about any student government upcoming events such as this about prom? I mean, if you guys know any venues that could help out Elias, especially with the cost, I know the city is probably going to be expensive, but if you could look outside the next door, next county, they'll probably give you a deal. On how big of a venue are you looking at?
We have I think we have almost 300 students in each grade, so it would need to hold I think up to 700 people. That's including like guests and teacher chaperones and security and everything. So that's about the size. With the budget, I saw the question in the chat about the budget. We currently have, it's a little tricky because there's like almost $5,000 left over from prior proms that got canceled because of COVID. So we have kind of a head start. We are doing the prom committee is doing fundraisers starting now and throughout winter break and in the spring. But we're looking maybe like for a final price of prom, no more than, I don't want to speak because I don't know, but not like $40,000 for a venue. That would be out of our price budget. But yeah, not on the lower end. I don't know, like between $5,000 and $10,000 maybe.
Jorge, question. Was it your class or was it class of 88 that rented out the city hall?
That was class of 88.
That was class of 88 that rented out the city hall, right?
Yes, and I'm actually having my company holiday party there on the 10th. I can find out. I'm not involved in that, but you never know, right? So let me.
I never know because we were the only school in the city that actually had a prom at City Hall. So it doesn't hurt to ask. Let's say, hey, can we have?
Correct. So you just need the venue, probably, set up for the DJ. But let me ask and see.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I can put my email in the chat too if anybody would like to send any ideas or recommendations. But yeah.
Any other clubs that would like to step up to the mic and introduce yourself? If not,
I just wanted to give one more piece of information about clubs. If you do want to learn more about the variety of clubs that we have at Balboa, please go to the Balboa High School website, and you can see all of our student clubs and their description and their contact information.
I do want to add that there's more club information that's been sent to me the last few days, so I'm going to add more, so more forthcoming. And we actually have a new club that's coming out pretty soon, so I'll be in touch with you, Joey, about funding for them as well.
okay, great. I'll just let you know that was our principal and our vice principal. So they're doing an outstanding job for the year. Anybody else? If not, what's the next on the agenda? Suzanne?
It's the wellness presentation, Joey.
Is that wellness?
Yes.
Okay, wellness. You're on.
Let me go ahead and just share. Allow Zoom open system. Shoot. Open system. Wow. Nepo, I might have to share with you because it's not allowing me to share it. It's having me do some kind of system preference thing.
Go ahead and send it to me, and I'll go ahead and
I'll go to Let me just send it to you real quick. Sorry about that, folks.
No problem.
Second.
Don't worry about it. It's called technical difficulties.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Modern thing.
Nepo, if you can help me move the slides along when we.
Yeah. You just tell me what to hit.
I just sent it to you. Yeah.
Okay. And just I put this on the chat earlier, but this is being live streamed on YouTube as we speak. The link will be live. It's recorded, so I will be able to put that link in our website, and I'll send it to all of our students and families so they can refer to it later on.
Did you get it, Nepo?
Hold on one second. Did you email it to me or
I just shared it with you.
Give me a sec.
You try to figure this out. You get it? Let's see. So,
it could be worse, like a
I'm gonna go and
slideshow.
share screen. Sorry, my computer is really slow as well, so bear with me here.
We should ask Zoom for our money back.
yes. Let me actually. Oh, actually, no, I just fixed it. Let me just see if those work now. Yeah, can you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay,
There you
cool.
Cool.
Problem solved. Thank you.
Sorry, I just had to set the setting. Let me go to present mode. All right. Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jason G. I'm the wellness coordinator at Balboa High School, and we have some of our team members here today from the DPH side. But I think the easiest way to do this is I'll go through these slides and kind of introduce our SFUSD team and a little bit about our model and our wellness center here at Balboa High School. And then I invite either Nicole, Annie, or John Thompson to jump in from the DPH side to be able to introduce their team members and the roles in the DPH clinic. So once again, my name is Jason G. I'm the wellness coordinator at Balboa High School. This is my 3rd year at Balboa, my 14th year in the district. And if you count the years I went to SFUSD, well, maybe I'm like 30 years in SFUSD now. I'm 40 years old. From the Excelsior, live about 5 minutes walking distance from Balboa High School. So I like to tell students and parents, this is more than just a job for me. I actually care about this neighborhood. I care about the people in this neighborhood. And I wanted to make sure that your children, when they attend Balboa, that anything, everything that we could support with, that we make sure that it's available to them so that they can do things like focus on learning. So about our model is that Balboa's Wellness Center, what we do is we're kind of like the one-stop student health center. We're a hybrid partnership with the Department of Public Health. We are the only high school in San Francisco Unified School District that has a Department of Public Health Chippy clinic embedded within our model. So to give you an example, I don't know if you guys are familiar with some of the other Chippy clinics, the Third Street Youth Clinic, Cole Street, Larkin. These are clinics that are run by DPH that are available to youth 12 to 24 in the city county for San Francisco, and they offer free, basically medical and mental health services. We are very fortunate about Balboa that we have a DPH clinic embedded within our school. And we'll go into more of the details about that when we get to that slide. But for now, and maybe Neville, could you just back up real quick? Yeah, I just want to introduce a couple people. Back up one slide, please. Oh, sorry.
I'm not ready
Sorry,
to say
that's me. I'm having like the new daddy kind of like spaced out moments right now. I've literally been sleeping 2.5 hours. So it's been a long day. But that's me. I'm Jason G, the wellness coordinator. I also speak Cantonese and Spanish. I understand Spanish a little better than I speak it. But I do encourage you, if you all feel comfortable, please engage with me in Spanish, and it forces me to practice and get better. Over there to, I guess you guys would be to the right of you guys, and the screen you're looking at would be Angie Moreno. And Angie is our community health outreach worker. And Angie has been with us, since the beginning, 3 years. I'm sad to announce she just let us know on Monday she has been promoted to central office to pupil services. So she is actually going to be exiting starting this week pretty much, and then she'll be going full-time over to pupil services in January. And so we will definitely miss Angie. And to the right of that of Angie would be Nurse Tara Clark, and she is our school district nurse. And Tara is new with us this year. Actually, no, her second year here. She was with us our first year in distance learning, but comes to us by way of Willie Brown. Next slide, Nepo. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Running the slide deck, Jason.
All right, sorry. I keep forgetting that. So then the next slide, I just want to introduce, and I'll eventually have a better picture of her, but that's Gabby Del Rosario Gomez, and she's our new community health outreach worker. She just started today and was shadowing Angie this morning. And I am very excited. I had met with her before and seems to have a very, very strong background and resume. So I'm excited to welcome her to our team. And to her right is Sabrina Degnan, who is our student intervention team intern. Sabrina is an intern working on she's a first year MSW with SF State. And she is at Balboa just 1 day a week, Thursdays, to see students. And to the right of that, I believe I saw her. I think she's in the building. If you are, go ahead and unmute yourself, Ali.
Hi, folks. Apologies for being late. I was on a bath and bedtime duty.
Yes, not a new parents. But Ali, do you want to go ahead and just briefly introduce yourself since you're here?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Ali Yap. I'm an associate marriage and family therapist. I started with the wellness program as an intern about 4 years ago. I split my time with Galileo and Independence. I was at Wallenberg for 3 years, and this is my first year at Balboa. I'm at Bal 2 days a week, and the other 2, I'm back at Independence, also supporting their wellness team. So I'm excited. It's been a really great year so far. The Bal students have been awesome. So I'm really happy to be part of the team.
Cool. And I also wanted to briefly add, as one of our focal areas in Bal Wellness is actually mental health support for the Filipino American students at Balboa. We can go into some of the details about what our data and research shows in terms of mental health support for Filipino Americans, but Ali and John Fernandez in the DPH clinic have partnered up and have a specialized focus in supporting Filipino students at Balboa. And I'm going to go ahead and move to the next slide. Oops, I go here. And now we have the DPH clinic team. And we have a few members in the house tonight with us. And did you guys want to cover this slide and introduce the team? Or, I mean, John, Annie, Nicole, you guys want me to, or do you want me to just jump in and introduce you guys? How are you guys going to do this?
Hey, Jay. Hi, how about we introduce ourselves as I sound?
Okay, cool. And I'll just go through this really quick. So over here on this slide, we have John Fernandez, and John, our very boyish, handsome young man here is actually a Balboa alumni. And so he's part of our team as well. So, graduated from Balboa, and he's not here with us tonight, also a new father as well. And he is an APCC, focusing also on with a specialized focus on Filipino students and mental health. To the right of John, we have John Thompson, who I'm very excited to welcome to our team this year. And then maybe John, do you want to say a few words about yourself?
Sure. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, here you go.
Hi, good evening, everyone. So my name is John. I'm one of the new clinicians at the health center this year. It's my first year with Balboa. And I'm kind of supporting the team and the student body and providing mental health services to all grade levels. I come from, about 9 to 10 years of providing mental health services to young people, adolescents and young adults. And this is the second school I've worked in. And I will say very, very grateful to be a part of such a kind of like positive and progressive staff and student body. I think Val has a lot of great things going on, and there's a lot of support for mental health and incorporating, taking care of students' mental health and wellness. And so I am very, very glad to be here. Nice to meet all of you.
Okay, all right. And then John Fernandez, is that you? Yeah, I thought John wasn't here, but I'm looking at the thumbnail and I was like, it looks just like John. Okay, do you maybe want to say a few words about yourself or anything?
Definitely. Thank you, Jay, for introducing me. Again, my name is John Fernandez. I use he, him, his pronouns, and I've been with the Balboa Teen Health Center a little bit over about 3 years or so now. I'm Filipino American, and as Jay has mentioned, I did graduate from Balboa, so I'm really happy to be back here and working as a behavioral health clinician with the Department of Public Health. So I'll pass it off to our other clinician, Annie Okada.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. I'm Annie Okada. I'm also an associate marriage and family therapist working towards my license right now. This is my first year at Balboa High School, and before this, I was at the Lowell High School Wellness Center. It's been an absolute privilege getting to know the students here at Balboa and being part of such a strong knit community. So I'm really looking forward to many more years here at Balboa and supporting students and their goals, healing, and their growth throughout the years. And it's really nice to meet everybody. And I will pass it to Nicole.
Okay. Hi, my name is Nicole Meredith. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and I'm supervisor of the CHIPPY clinic or Balboa clinic with CHIPPY clinicians through DPH. I'm very, very new to Balboa, just as a few weeks actually, but I'm really excited to be a part of this team and get to know all the wellness support people here and hopefully parents and students also. Have about 20 years in social service, nonprofit experience, particularly working with younger people and transitional age youth between the ages of 18 and 24, and specialize in mental health, social justice, and equity. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, Nicole. And then I also want to introduce a couple other people that are on the DPH side. And we have Joanna Leonard, who is our family nurse practitioner. Joanna's with us Tuesdays, Thursdays from 8:30 in the morning until about 12:30. And then on to her right, that's Eva Corral Cardoza, our longtime medical assistant who assists our nurse practitioners and nurses. And then to the right, I don't have pictures of them yet. They just started pretty recently. We have Amy Ng, who would be covering in for the days when Joanna is unavailable. And the next slide. Then we also have our continued, our DPH team is Doris Tasanakas, who is our DPH hospital eligibility worker. And she's the one who helps the students register their paperwork to get into the DPH clinic. And when the students first get there, they will be greeted by some of our medical assistants. That'll be Rodnique Whitley at the front, or sometimes it'll be Jennifer Lopez, who also started recently, and we don't quite have a picture of her yet. Okay, cool. And before we continue, does anyone have any questions? Okay, all right. So basically, this is the part of the presentation where I basically explain what it is that we do. So wellness is basically what we do is we provide physical and mental health services for students at Balboa. The difference between the SFUST Wellness Center and the clinic is very, very slight. And it's mainly that the DPH clinic is able to offer full comprehensive medical, whereas we're more limited on the SFUST side, but we do work very closely together. Some services that we offer for students and families: we do assessments, we do case management, we do crisis management, we offer support groups, school-based nursing services, youth employment, referrals to the DPH clinic, other community-based organizations, and things that we coin youth enrichment programs. So if your children are looking to get connected to an art program, photography program, a surfing program, a water polo, if it exists in San Francisco, then our staff will assist your young person with getting connected or even helping them fill that application out. And we're basically integrated we're more integrated into the school. And so that way we have we have more communication, direct lines of communication with the teaching staff and also Balboa admin. And so it just helps to streamline services for students at Balboa through our wellness program and also the DPH clinic. John Fernandez, or either John Thompson or Annie or Nicole, do you guys want to tackle the DPH clinic services?
I'm sorry, JG, you broke up. I couldn't hear your question.
Yeah,
John?
I was wondering if the DPH team, if you guys wanted to present on the clinic services offered through DPH, or if not, I can cover it. You guys.
Yeah, I'm very new to the clinic. I'm wondering if Mr. Fernandez would like to fill that in.
Yeah, definitely. So a couple things that we offer at the DPH clinic, which separates us from the wellness center, is, for example, general health services, so checkups. Our nurse practitioner can offer sports physicals, immunizations, and reproductive care services like STI, HIV testing, pregnancy testing, and IUD insertions. So a couple of those services. We also offer mental health support services. We have 4 full-time clinicians now at the clinic. So we're very lucky. We're a fully running clinic. And, the benefit of having a DPH clinic here is all of the services, for example, at Kaiser or at General Hospital. A lot of the students don't have to go all the way there, take the bus and get their sports physical. They can come all the way, they can just go down to the clinic and get the services here. So Balboa is really fortunate to have a lot of those services. And if the other clinicians want to add on to that too, that would be awesome.
Cool. You guys have the DPH team, anything else you wanted to add to what John had already stated? Cool. All right, I'll go ahead and move on to the next slide. That's all right. And so for this, there's many ways. This is how you can access the wellness. This is how you can access the wellness center. For a lot of students, they simply just come by room 100 to do what we call a drop-in. They just walk in, say, hey, a lot of students just come by to say hi to us. Some students ask us for Band-Aids, quick grab items. Other students say for more long-term services. But one of the ways and the easiest ways, you could just drop in to room 100 and say hi to the team. For students, there's several options. There's a student self-referral form, and that is located, if you Google Balboa Wellness, it is on the Balboa Wellness website. They have to have an FCFUSD email account, but they log on. They can self-refer themselves to wellness services, and we usually follow up within 2 to 5 days of that referral. Another thing that we've started new this year is that we started QR codes. And so we have QR codes in every bathroom in Balboa and also throughout the hallways. So students can use their smartphones, scan that QR code, and it will take them to the student self-referral form. And that's actually been quite a successful program and project that we implemented. We've gotten quite a few student self-referrals through that process. Additionally, you can always just email us. And my email is over there, the SFUSD team. That's me, Jay, Tara Clark, our nurse, and then Angie Moreno, our Chow, and soon to be Gabby. And if you are looking, we also have, for parents, we also can take outside referrals as well. So I have a non-SFUSD form. It is also, but that one, we are limiting that one. If you're looking to make a referral as a parent, I would suggest you just email me and I can share that form with you to make that referral. But we have tried to limit that from outside because in the past we've had different people mess around with it and send false referrals and things like that in. So if you need access to that referral form, please just let me know. And we also take feedback. So if there's anything that you want to see in our wellness program or you'd like to add to our program, you can go ahead and click that link and fill in a feedback form, and we will definitely hear your suggestions and try to implement them if we can. All right, and then this is just kind of a screenshot of what the Wellness Center website looks like. On the left of all the columns for all the drop-down tabs, is where you can find us and our contact information, our pictures. You can also find the referral forms. You can see what groups are being offered, resources for the LGBTQ plus community. We have a nurses corner, and then Angie has been working on updating community resources and student opportunities. So as we get things, digital flyers, events, things that are taking place in the community, we try to update it every week. And so students can go there and see what the latest offerings are. And I think that's more or less it. I don't know if the parents have any questions, but if not, I can definitely give a little bit more of a pitch about what our year is looking like going into the second year of the pandemic and a return from distance learning. So I actually run data reports, and if you guys are interested in that, I can talk about that. Is that something the parents would be interested in? Okay, cool. Let me see if I can go back to, let me close, sorry.
Jay, do you want to first take questions in general, or did you want
Yeah,
to?
let me, while I'm trying to figure out this share situation, share another document, well, I can answer any and all questions, or if you have anything for the DPH team, there is no hierarchy here. We are all a collective. I just happen to be the wellness coordinator, but I respect each one of these team members equally. So they're just as capable of answering any of these questions if you guys have any of them for them directly. Yeah, anyone have any questions? Feel free to ask about me if you want to. And I promise I will do my best.
Feel free to unmute yourselves and speak up, or you can also write your question in the chat.
Okay, any questions? Okay, all right.
I have a question, John. I had a question. I'm curious, do you go into the classrooms at all? Because I know some students, maybe they don't come to you directly, but yeah.
Yeah, so let me speak on that for a little bit, and it would also lead into I do have a little bit of a pitch for the PTSA for a funding request, but I will save that to the end. But yes, we do, and essentially what I've been telling most staff and also support staff and also students, and also be patient this year, is that we're essentially dealing with two groups of students who've never set foot in a high school until this year. Our current ninth grade class, the last time they were in a school campus, they were in the 7th grade. So it's essentially like learning two classes of students this year at once. So what we've done is we've done some intentional targeting, which is we always do, is we always start with the freshman health classes. And so we have arrangements with the health teachers, and we push into those classes, and we do presentations, and we hit we spend about a week and a half hitting every single period. So that way we make sure that the entire 9th grade is covered, because every 9th grader is a requirement for them to take health. We haven't yet this year, but we did do it last year. We sent the video around. We did do the virtual version, but this year, I'll speak a little bit in terms of what the kind of situation we're dealing with right now. But we have been fairly busy. And so for the 10th graders, we do know some of them and they do pop in, but whenever a teacher asks us to go, like I go into the classroom, we'll pop into a homeroom, and then we'll do a quick presentation. But we also did hit every single grade level in class in the beginning of the year in the auditorium. We gave a general presentation.
Perfect, thank you.
We're always looking for ways to engage students more. But just to speak, so if the National Association for Social Workers, the recommended ratio for a school social worker to students is 1 to 400 in a general population school, and a high needs population is 1 to 150. Here at Balboa, I'm somewhere, if we look at the 1 to 150 ratio, I'm probably 10 times over that ratio. And so, but we'll get into that in a second. But that's basically where we're at right now. Any other questions? Okay, all right. All right, now what I wanted to share with you guys really quickly, I think parents would be interested in knowing this. What I want you to know is that when students come to wellness, it is private, it is confidential. They are protected under HIPAA and California and youth confidentiality laws. We do notify parents in some cases if there is a concern about harm to self or that they might take their life. Yeah. Then we do notify parents, but we do, just to let parents know, it is California law that we cannot tell you what they talked to their therapist about in session. But what I have here for you, and again, there are no identifiers in here, but it's just a quick data capture, and I update this every week to get kind of a pulse check of where we're at, and I put a few notes on the bottom. But here I go. Let me go and share this. Okay, cool. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is and I'm eventually going to send this out to staff, so you guys are getting it early. This is a Balboa High School Wellness Center DPH clinic fall data capture for 2021. So as of today, there have actually, and that's not updated fully, that's 156 actually. There's one more that came in, but there are 156 wellness referrals to our online referral forms. And these numbers I have to play with the bottom. I haven't updated them fully yet, but generally about 70 of them came from Balboa staff. 46 of them are from student self-referrals, and 33 are from outside SFUSD referrals, meaning they got referred from like General Hospital, the DPH clinic, from another clinic, or a parent, or someone outside the community. And for our little center in room 100, we've had 1,486 individual student visits, sign-ins to SFUSD Wellness on our iPads since the first day of school. And we can see that the top 5 reasons for wellness referrals coming from staff, universally across the board, we're seeing the referrals for depression, withdrawal symptoms coming in a close second as family concerns or things that are going on. And usually that is a need. Our family needs help paying rent this month. We're facing an eviction, possibly facing a deportation. There's a complex situation at home. And then also in the closer, we always see as what we call social peer relations. And that's just young people figuring out how to navigate different social conflicts that they're having with their peers. But we do deal with a wide range of gamut of things, from stress and anxiety to anger to defiance. We also deal with traumatic events, cultural adjustment, sexual identity. We have even dealt with situations of potential harm to others, violence this year, eating disorders, a lot of different things that we cover, academic support as well. And what I also wanted to point out is the number of student self-referrals is significantly up. It is a universal trend across school sites. And I mentioned our self-referral link or QR code posted throughout the building that could be contributing to it. But we are universally seeing an uptick in student self-referrals. And we believe the correlation is the pandemic and distance learning and the stress that that's produced. And I want to point out this data only captures what the initial referral was for. It does not capture what our team members uncovered during intake assessment, which usually is usually a significantly higher number of self-injurious behaviors, suicide ideations, and disclosures of current or past abuse. The data also does not reflect the demands on school district nurse Tara Clark, who is also seeing many referrals for medical consultations around COVID-19, and that is not captured in this referral response log. And the data does not capture the support our child offers via CBO partnerships and groups, which she runs, because we also support students that way. And I think that this will kind of lead into the need and reaching out to the PTSA, just asking in partnership for help and support. To be transparent, I'm going to take some family leave. I've done 14 years in the district. I think I'm a social worker that works 7 a.m. to 11 at night. And I think that I'm going to ask for some time for myself this year to be able to be with my daughter. But I do care deeply and passionately about Balboa, the school itself, and the students that are in the school. And so this is my pitch to the PTSA. I always want to be respectful, and I know that you guys get hit with a lot of asks for money. But we, in previous years, we were given a budget. It's usually about $2,500. This year, we were essentially given nothing. And I was basically given a Google form and given one day to fill out what I needed on that form, and no dollar amount. And I just had to haphazardly throw things of anything and everything we might need for the year. And I was told that that was our one chance to get things. And as you can imagine, so we have about 157 mental health referrals this year. But for comparison and for context, in all of last year in distance learning, we only had 127 for the full entire year. So already approaching December, we've already surpassed more referrals than we've had all last year and in previous years, showing that there is a great need for this type of support. So what I would like to ask the PTSA is to consider is that historically Balboa and the DPH clinic had funding, and we did fund an event called the Staff Appreciation Luncheon. We had decided that going all big and doing the raffle prizes, that they used to do in previous years was not going to be realistic and sustainable for us. But we would like to still appreciate the staff this year for all the hard work. It's been really stressful on them, distance learning, the return to the school sites. And so part of that appreciation, not only do we take care of students, but we also take care of staff members as part of our community. So I am asking for, if it was possible, within the PTSA, within the parent groups, we need realistically between $500 to $700 to feed the Balboa staff. And we've already called the Filipino catering company for breakfast. That's going to be garlic rice.
Dang.
Nepo, I'm totally saying this wrong. Tosilog, yeah? Tocino.
Tosilo.
Huh?
Tosilog.
Oh yeah, but so there's like the Filipino sausages.
Oh,
there's a
That's
vegetarian.
Tosilog.
Yeah, tosilog. There's the vegetarian pancit, and there's also fried eggs. And so
Man.
the quote that was given us to the spot was about somewhere around along the lines of 500. So that's the first pitch I would like to ask. If we can't do it, it's okay, and it's totally understandable. I know it's been a hard year for a lot of folks. The second ask, and I'm just gonna shoot my shot. I would like to ask the PTSA if it would be possible. I know it is totally asking a lot, but I can tangibly show you and produce results with this money. But I'm asking if it would be possible, I know it's asking a lot, to get an annual line budget item of $5,000. And I know, and everyone's like, ugh, I know, and teachers are asking, everyone's asking for supplies, but what that money would go towards is tampons for our hygiene products for our students. Right now, I order the cheapest ones that we can afford. A box of 500. They're made of paper, and I've heard feedback from a lot of the young women that that's just not very comfortable. So we would like to buy the plastic ones, and that costs a little bit more money. We would use that for things like our paper shredder just broke. We would use it to buy air filters. We would also use it. What I'm hoping and aiming to do, I'm going to be with Balboa for the long haul. And what I'm aiming to do is, as part of the wellness, what we call the tier ones, the universals, is bring in more school spirit, more like activities to kind of boost morale to school. Me, myself, I don't really like the fast and loud cars. I like the cars that sit really low and roll really slow. And so I have a huge interest in, my good friend of mine, Harvey Lozado, who's now at People Services, used to bring the San Francisco Lowrider Council and bring the lowriders out to O'Connell back in the day. And so I would use that $5,000 to host events like that, to pay honorariums to guest speakers. When I was at SOTA, I brought a performer, a female MC and her DJ to do awareness around Asian American mental health. So I know it's a lot of money to ask for, but I just believe that if I don't shoot my shot, I'll never know. And so I just wanted to put it out there. We will take anything, but ideally we could do so much with 5,000. And then the other thing that I would like to ask the PTA, and that's a lot of ask, is that our program is continuously expanding. And it's very, very clear to us that there's a very, very huge need. I got to be transparent that I'm always on edge about not being able to meet the need, because it could be a very quiet morning and all of a sudden at 2:30, there are 8 suicidal ideations coming down the line, and we've got to triage and figure out like who's going to see what. And so it is a huge stress on me to coordinate and also do direct service and be the crisis responder. And so some high schools have a model where there is a wellness coordinator and a social worker, but then the site partially funds that position. I know of a social worker in SFUSC who is phenomenal. She's Spanish speaking, and she's interested in coming to Balboa. And just something I thought I would pitch to the PTSA is that if that was something that you guys would be interested in working with administration to find this money, then let's talk. Yeah.
JD.
Yeah.
If
I'll shut up now, Joey.
If you can put a request in.
Yeah.
Because we do have, I'll be announcing we do have a board meeting coming up.
Yeah.
So if you could put a request in ASAP, and we'll go through everything at the way the process is, and we'll vote on it, and we'll get back to you.
Okay.
On that probably that night or the next day, So we have to look at the budget, and we have to go through the process and everything else, and talk about it, So, and that's how the process is going to go right now. But
yeah, we do have it budgeted, right? We do have the wellness center is in our budget.
Yeah, I believe so. if we did.
Yeah, I'm looking here and we have $1,500 that we budgeted, Jason. So we do have that for the wellness center that we've already budgeted for you.
Okay.
And then 250 for the clinic support. So that is,
Thank you.
yeah, like Joey said, we definitely will talk at our board meeting, and you should be able to get a hold of the request. I don't have an online document for that request. I need to find that, but I know in the office, I know Flora has access to those in the office. But yeah, we would definitely love to support, especially the staff appreciation meal. Absolutely.
For sure.
But yeah, we'll talk. Like Joey said, we'll kind of do our formal discussion of it. But yeah, we definitely have budgeted for you all, and we can discuss your other needs for sure.
Cool. Well, we appreciate it. Thank you. And
Yeah, we get that request in, because we, like I said, we do have a board meeting coming up, and I want to talk it along amongst my staff and everybody else, and see what we can do to help the wellness center out, because it's a very important part of Balboa. So you guys are doing a great job, putting out the fires out there, left and right.
Our board meeting is December 14th. So try and get it into us before the 14th. That way we can talk about it.
yeah, I just wrote that down. So I'll definitely get that in for you guys. And then just one last thing, I'll just say, I've worked with a lot of different teams. I've been at a lot of different sites. I've been at Denman, I've been at Presidio, I've been at School of the Arts, I've been at Aptus, and I've been a lot of different places. And the team that is here at Balboa, I've honestly never worked with a better team. And they're really all, each and every one of them is really rock solid individuals, and standalone is phenomenal. But just as a group, I mean, it's like, it's like the saying, it's like I'm a movement by myself, but a force when we're together. It's like, this is a really, really good crew. And so like, I want to do my part to ensure that they get what they need, because they're working really hard. Each clinician has 50 on their caseload, and I want to make sure they're taken care of so that they stay with us here at Bal, because turnover rates in these positions is very high. And I think what would be beneficial, if it's what's beneficial for our therapists, will be beneficial for our students, because we really, I think continuity of care is really important. And if we keep switching providers every year, that's going to be detrimental for our students.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. All right. Cool. And anytime, email me. I am going to go on parental leave. I'll be back on April 8th. Please don't hate me. But if you guys want to set up a tour the room 100 or the clinic spaces, just email me. Come on by. I would love to show off our community plant swap. So feel free. We have plant propagation stations all over the wellness center, and we're giving away plants. And so if you guys want some, come grab some. All right. Cool.
Okay. Anything else after the wellness? I'd like to pass it on to Kat. Do you have anything? And John, you guys have anything announcement for the school?
I think not absolutely necessary announcements, but did just want to thank everybody for support in general. And we have an incredible student body this year. Our football team, as you know, just are making the state championships next Saturday. So we're very excited about that. I did send a letter out before our fall break about the sexual assault and sexual harassment that has been going on in our communities and around the school district. And just to summarize everything, our goal here at Balboa is to make sure that every single student, staff member feels safe to come and tell us what is going on in their lives. And if that means they feel comfortable with a teacher, if they feel comfortable with an administrator, a counselor, or wellness staff, as long as they have someone they feel that they can trust and report things to, that's what our goal is. And then our goal obviously is as well to make sure that we are unpacking as many of these situations as that come to our attention. So that's the only thing I wanted to say on that, and definitely want to give in the remaining time that we have together, if any and all questions, please let me know your thoughts, and we can do our best to answer your questions.
Anybody? John, you have anything to add?
No, I'm just looking at the chat, see if there's anything else that you guys have asked questions. So feel free to fire away.
All right. If nobody has anything else, let me summarize the whole thing. December 5th, we have JROTC. Balboa is hosting the fall competition. Following next weekend is the state competition. Balboa is hosting again for football. So please come out and support the teams. Also to all the clubs, the journalism, the prom, things like in that nature. If you guys are looking for clubs, please contact the individuals, leaders of that club, and support JROTC, the Balboa football team, and the clubs. And also, if you want to join in with the PTSA, we do have a board meeting coming up on the 14th of December. So you're more than welcome to join us if you plan to thinking about joining the PTSA as a board member. And also the next general meeting will be in January
11th. January 11th.
January 11th. So other than that, have a great and safe holiday. I know it's coming up, so please stay safe. And teacher staff appreciation is on December 17th. I didn't forget. So PTSA, we got some stuff to take care of for that as well. And in behalf of the PTSA, thank you for coming. And we look forward to you seeing you again on January 11th. Thank you. Do you know what the subject will be on January 11th?
I believe we're thinking pathways.
Okay, pathways. So that's a big subject for students, especially for juniors going into seniors, becoming seniors next year. So please attend that because it does require about your kids going to the next level. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody. Good night, guys.
Good night.
There's a question. I see there's a question. Sorry. There was a question from Jennifer.
Oh, go ahead.
Jennifer, do you want to unmute yourself and ask it? I see in the chat. I don't know. Maybe she left.
I can answer if she's still here. So yes, you are absolutely right. We have way too many lights out and we need to get them up and running. This has to be done through district. So there's a little bit of a process. We put in a work order and then they send out electricians or whatever department they need to get them fixed. We have sent in numerous work orders. And so it's on the list to get done, but possibly having families and parents complain to the district might be a really good way for us to get some help. We know that some of our stairwells are fairly dangerous right now as it's getting darker earlier, but we understand we are on this. We know that it's crucial that we get lights as soon as possible.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Anything else? Oh, just one thing. For students who wants to, for hours and volunteers, I am part of the Toys for Tots. And we are kicking off Toys for Tots actually now. It's after Thanksgiving. So if you want to do your volunteer hours, let me know. Because I am part of the Toys for Tots program. Thank you.
I guess for the core few remaining PTSA heads that are here, I didn't really mention it. It's just an idea. A good friend of mine, Mark Aquino, who works at Lincoln High School. Me and Mark, we do a lot of outdoor stuff together. Particularly, we hit the coast a lot, and I'm not allowed to kill any more animals anymore since my dad passed. But I still go to the coast to the tide pool to forage for kelp. And so Mark started this thing at Lincoln called the Fishing Club, and it started out 4 students and has grown to like 40 students, and it's like a really, really popular club where he teaches students how to tie fishing knots, how to fish off the piers, go fish in the tide pool, things like that. I have some interest in starting that here at Balboa, but I can't do it alone. So if any parents were interested in doing that, we'll go out to Pescadero and I can show you like exactly, where the wakame grows and how to harvest the kelp and things like that. And I think it's just that in itself is therapeutic for students. It doesn't always have to be lying down on the couch and talking about the world's problems, that we can just go outside and see some nature. So,
Jason, do you also teach how to cast? Because I can't cast.
I mean, yeah, we could do all that, man. We'll put you in a little skiff too in Capitola, and we'll hit the reefs too on a boat if you want to. But but Mark's more the expert. I'm just the guy that goes into the waves and takes the kelp.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So anybody interested?
Yeah, just listen. If any parents are interested, they can always just email me and we'll try to set that up.
All right.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Other than that, have a good week and a great month.
All right.
We're coming up to the second half.
And shout out to Nepo and Dr. Aronson. Look, they're still in their offices at Balboa.
Still here.
Still there. That's
We
dedication.
love it. We love this school.
My other home.
For real.
I have nowhere else to
We're
go.
gonna get you guys beds. How's that?
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.